Hello, and welcome to the grand finale of the Joy Power Up. Wow, what an incredible week we had last week, talking all about all of the ingredients that I believe create joy in your life, and all of the dials that you can choose to turn up if you want to create more joy in your life. We talked about on day one the health of your body. And I asked you the question, what's on your plate? And I asked you, are you on your plate? Are you on your plate? Are you prioritizing your joy? Are you prioritizing yourself? Are you giving yourself that time? In the Joy Power Up on day two, I asked you, what's going on in that beautiful mind of yours? Are you living with devotion to loving yourself? Because I believe ultimately that's what gives you that peace of mind. Trusting in yourself and cultivating that devotion to trust in yourself is such a beautiful thing. What's going on in that beautiful mind? And if your mind isn't anywhere but beautiful, how can you choose to make it a beautiful place to be? Because wherever you go, there you go, and there your thoughts go. Those two pieces, the health of your body and the peace of your mind, to me are the foundational pieces of creating a life full of joy. They really are. In making that cake of joy, these are the sugar and the butter, the cream together that you have to have. On day three, we started to talk about love for your life. And I asked you the question, what's love got to do with it? And in my book, everything, love has to do with everything when it comes to joy and powering up your joy. When I wrote my success criteria, loving what I do, loving who I do it with, loving how I do it, and loving myself and looking in the mirror and being so proud of myself. That became my criteria for a successful life. That became the very pinnacle, the one thing that I kept on coming back to and realigning with love, and adding more love and more love to bring more joy, more abundance, more peace into my life. Do you remember we talked about the circles of life and that you're not limited by just one circle of life? You can have as many circles as you want, and you can know and recognize that your love can just keep on expanding more and more. Love is infinite, sorry. It does just keep expanding. Talking about expansion, look at my dogs. They're just sat by the door. They've heard someone. I thought that when I had my first son, I would never be able to know such love again, and then I had my second son and love expanded, and it's the same has been with my dogs. Day four, I've been off on a side tangent there, so oh my goodness, you just got to see them now. Look how cute they are. Look, can you see them? They're just all cuddled up. I've gone off on a tangent again. My gorgeous dogs, they bring me so much love and so much joy. Day four, we took everything. We took the foundational piece and we added dreams, because to me, dreams are the raising agent of any kind of cake. Dreams are how we keep on going, how we keep forging that path ahead. As I was speaking at an event on Friday, Hello, My Name Is, and there was an incredible speaker there, and she uses the hashtag KFG, keep effing going. And this is how I believe that dreams can help us. You've got to have that dream of something. You might not know how you're going to create it or how it's going to come about, but that dream, by keeping it alive, gives you that energy. It helps you find the inspired action. It helps lift you and look out for all of those opportunities that are going to help you create that next level for your life. So today I want to add this final piece in, and it's really the one that almost transcends through all of them. I was originally thinking that this is the sprinkling on top of the cake, the cherry on top of the cake, but really it isn't. This is more like the lemon drizzle that you pour through the finger marks in the top of the cake. It's more like the brandy that you pour into the Christmas cake. It's more like the little chocolate pieces that you put in. It's what makes this cake unique to you, that filters through everything. And the magic is you. So my question today is, do you believe in magic? Because that's what I really want to help you understand today, is what I want you to understand, how you can power this up. If this is the dial that you need to turn up, the magic, turn up the magic dial. Do you believe in magic? That's the first thing you've got to do. Believe in the magic, because you can turn up this dial. or if you haven't got the magic, then maybe this is the missing piece. And I want to really explain to you how you can do that and how I have done it by telling you the story of how I did it. If I look back to my annus horribilis, as I often refer to it, to coin the phrase of the Queen, 2016 was the year that everything was almost stripped away from me. Everything that I thought was once my success, everything that I thought made me me and my identity was taken away. I'd walked away from my career. I no longer had this professional title, this corporate career path that I knew exactly what was going to happen and when and how I was going to get promoted and how much I was going to get paid. I'd lost that. I'd lost my mum. I'd lost that unconditional love that I believe that only you can feel from a mum. Because I feel it for my sons, and I believe that I'm the only one who would literally throw themselves in front of a bus for my children. I felt that loss terribly. Terribly. It was when I nearly lost my marriage, when I nearly lost the love of my life, when we nearly lost our family. We came to the brink of divorce and devastation in our family life, but we didn't, because I used love as the healer. I used love as the healer. And that was when I wrote that definition of success that I've referred to many times. That success to me no longer meant that next level, that next rung on the ladder of a corporate promotion. Love was going to be my success criteria, to love what I do, to love who I do it with, and to love myself, to look in the mirror and be so proud of who I am. And to look at myself through that lens of love, to see everything through the lens of love. If success was love, then I had to use love as the path, the way, and the truth and the light, really. And what I realize is that through using this success criteria, through this lens of love, I started to create this incredible life of joy. Where when I focused on love, when I aligned with love, I started to feel so much joy. And when I look back now over the last decade, I realised that what I have created now, and as someone has pointed out to me on Friday, my gorgeous friend Priscilla, she said, Ali, you've created an emporium of joy. I'm just going to take a drink. Sorry, I've still got the end of this awful cold. And I feel quite dehydrated. But I really do feel I have created this joy emporium, and I sat with that over the weekend, and I thought, she's so right, I have. You know, this joy emporium where once upon a time, joy was first of all a tool. When I started thinking about joy, and when I was in that really dark space in 2016, I've got Rocky, he wants to come up. Here we are. Sorry, he's going to have to come and join us for this last live. He hasn't been on a live for a very long time, have you? You've been usurped by the younger model. He brings me so much joy, this dog. Isn't he lovely? Should we go down? Down, good boy. Let's go back to our joy emporium, although he's been such a huge part of my joy emporium. We go back to 2016, and one of the tools, joy was a tool. Joy was a joy list. In my darkest of days, I took out a scrap of paper and I wrote on it. I'm sure I've got it in my drawer. I'll put it in the story so you can see. But I wrote down on this tiny little scrap of paper, what is joy to me? What brings me joy? And I wrote back down 8 things that brought me joy. Joy was cuddling my sons. It was cuddling the dog and the cat at the time. It was being out in nature. It was walking. It was running. It was writing. It was reading. It was seeing my friends. And I said to myself, in this darkest time, I'd been diagnosed with PTSD, clinical depression, insomnia, eating disorders. It was a very, very dark time. And I was asking myself, will I ever be happy again? And I thought, do you know what? There are some things that make me feel happy. So I wrote this joy list, and I said to myself, if I can just do one thing every single day, if I can wake up and do one thing off that list, whether it's to write a blog post, or whether it's to hug my kids, or to meditate, or to have a piece of chocolate, one thing that's going to bring me joy, I know I can do it. So it became a tool to help me feel joy every single day. Joy is a tool. Joy then became this healer. Joy became a healer in a way over 12 months, where I continued to give myself this daily dose of joy. It was how I was able to heal my body from PTSD, clinical depression, heal my mind from insomnia and eating disorders. Joy was the healer in our marriage. We chose joy, we chose love, we chose peace. Joy was the healer for how I had perceived my career and myself Rather than seeing myself as a failure, I decided to see myself as somebody who could bring a lot of people joy from my experiences. Joy was a healer. So now joy is a tool, joy is a healer. And then in my story, joy became a gift. I started to gift everything that I had learned to others. I showed people how they too could give themselves that daily dose of joy. The dose, the acronym, the D, the dopamine, by ticking something off a list every single day, flooded my body with dopamine. The oxytocin. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone that we can generate. And we get that when we hug people. Excuse the dogs. They're making funny noises. What was I saying? Oxytocin, sorry, is cuddling the dogs. It's hugging your children. It's being with friends. It's connection. That can flood our body with that bonding, feel-good feeling. As does serotonin. Serotonin is that feel-good hormone. It's when we go out into the sunshine. It's when we're out in nature. It can make us feel really, really good. It's gratitude lists. And the endorphins. The endorphins are the painkillers. They are the hormones that help give us pain relief. Eating dark chocolate, meditation, all of these, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, dose. I realise now what I was doing for myself in those darkest of times is I was giving myself a daily dose of happiness, of joy, an injection of joy every single day, so that those hormones started to flood my body every day and compound on top of each other, on top of each other. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins every single day flooding my body, so that in 12 months I'd healed myself happy. I didn't use medication, I used this, the daily dose that had helped me. And so this became a gift. Joy became a gift. I gave people the daily dose. Over in my business called Heal Yourself Happy, I gave it as a gift every single day to help people find their joy in their darkness. And I did that for a really long time. And then it became something different. In 2023, one of my dear friends was diagnosed with a life sentence of pancreatic cancer, and James sat behind me in this chair and he said, I think I'm having a heart attack. And we realised it was almost like this wake-up call to say, do you know what, we're going to make joy a lifestyle, because we don't know when this life will end. We have one life, let's make it a joyful one. And James and I have been so good as we were young to be able to make life all about joy and really focus in on joy. And then it got a little bit serious, paying the bills, worrying about the economy, and we decided to make joy and enjoying life a lifestyle. So in 2023, that's what it became. Joy then had also been at this point a tool, a healer, a gift, and now it was a lifetime. We chose to enjoy our lives, and we put so much joy in our lives, and we made that decision and gave ourselves the permission to say, do you know what, we have a lot of joy already and we're so grateful for it, but why not more? We gave ourselves the permission to go for more, to have more love, to have more joy, to have more abundance, and to do it in a way that brought us more of the same. It became a lifestyle. So that by 2024, when I sat down in front of an audience, when somebody said, who are you and what do you do? I found myself and heard myself saying, hello, I'm Ali, I'm a joy coach. And I was like, goodness, am I? And I was like, yes, I am, because at that point, joy became something else. Joy became a strategy. Joy became my brand, because I knew how powerful joy was up until this point, as a healer, as a gift, as a tool, as a lifestyle for allowing myself more. And I used it as this strategy so that every single day I come out here to share with you joy, to represent joy, to show you how it can be all of these things and more as a strategy. Because what I realized is that when I use joy as a strategy, and when I show up and I talk about all of the things that joy can be in my joy emporium, it has become a strategy that has brought me more success, but the success on my terms, because I go all the way back to success to me is loving what I do, loving who I do it with, and loving myself in the mirror so that I look at myself and say, gosh, you're living the most amazing life of love and joy, and I'm so grateful to you. Thank you. And what I realized is that by creating joy as a strategy, I've become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Joy became the super attractor for success on my terms. Joy in 2024 was a power move, and I didn't know that that's what I was doing. Joy wasn't just the fluff. Joy wasn't just an afterthought. Joy isn't something. It is so much more. It is all of these things. It is a tool. It is a healer. It is a gift. It is a lifestyle. And it's a strategy for more. And that's was such an epiphany for me. Excuse me. When I aligned with love, I attracted more joy. When I aligned with love, I amplified my joy. And in amplifying my joy, I accelerated the success on my terms. The magic was joy, yes. But the magic was joy for me. And this is what I want you to think about here. Do you believe in magic? And do you believe in you? Do you back you? Because you are the magic. Your joy is the magic. I've shared with you my recipe of joy, the health of my body, the peace of my mind, the love for my life, the dreams, and now this is the magic. You are the magic. You are the lemon juice. You are the brandy pouring through the cake. This is all about you. So while you may have been considering all of the different components that I've shared in my recipe, I want you to ask, is that right for me? Is that what I want in my life? Is that the dial I want to add up? Is there something else that would make it more me? Because you are the magic. I found so many answers in me and in finding me through one another tool. Yes, I've talked to you about joy being a tool, but there is an incredible other tool and another gift that was given to me in 2021. I was working with a coach at the time, and she handed me my human design. She sent me a recording of what my human design was. I am a generator. I'm a sacral authority and a line 3/6. And when I was listening to this audio explaining to me that generator means you have enough energy, as long as you are doing what you love, as long as you are fueling your sacral, you can continue to be the light for others and for yourself. You can just keep on going. Your sacral authority is how you are going to make decisions. And if you look back in your life, you will recognize that every time that you've listened to your gut and ignored the logical mind, you will have got it right. It made no sense for me to leave my corporate 6-figure job, and it made no sense for me to walk away or get back into a marriage where I'd been so incredibly hurt, but my gut had been so right. My sacral, I'd been listening to my sacral. When I lost my mind, it was perhaps one of the best gifts that ever happened to me, because before I'd been so in my head, so overthinking, so procrastinating, so thinking, and stopping myself and stalling, letting doubts, fears, worries, the thoughts of other people stop me. But when I realized it was my sacral, my queen sacral, that was the one who was going to make those power moves for me, I was like, yes, it's so true. And the line 3/6. The line 3/6 means that I'm out there to have these adventures, I coin them. But the adventures, the failures, the misdirections, the near misses, everything has actually been the gift, so that I can now gift all of this experience of everything that has happened to me to you and share with you how I managed to get through all of this. And I wrote in my diary years ago when I was in that dark space, I said, one day I will know why I've had to go through all of this, and maybe I will be able to help others. And at that point in time, I had no idea that I was going to become a coach and a mentor to men and to women. I didn't know. And so when I started to hear this, it was like someone had literally opened up the curtains and I saw myself in absolute high definition. And I love that play on words. Human design, high definition, HD. I saw myself. And at first it felt a little bit of a shock, but it also felt like such a relief. It was like, oh my goodness, I'm seeing myself for the very first time. I'm hearing the words. I'm reading the words that make so much sense to me because I'm seeing myself properly. And I'm being given permission to actually do more of me, be more of me, allow my magic to lead. And that's what human design gave me, the magic of knowing myself, of giving me the permission to be more of myself. And the more I became myself and honored my sacral and my generator energy and the path that I was given, I felt like my joy expanded, my love for my life, the love for myself, and I just started to expand. And once again, it reinforced this super attractiveness of my success on my terms. It was just like the more I lived in alignment with my human design, who I am really underneath all of the surface and all of the conditioning, I just started to grow. And I started to implement this human design in my life with my partners, with James, with the partners in business, the collaborations that I have, an understanding of how my children are and were. And so I started to gift this knowledge to others. I did a course and a qualification in understanding how I could do it and implementing it for myself and integrating it into our family life and into business, and helping all of my clients see themselves in high definition through the power of human design, so that they could see themselves, how they could harness their energy, harness their joy, harness their magic. They too started to become the magic for themselves. And they too started to expand their aura and expand their frequency and live on this playing field where they just became this energetic match. You may have heard of that. You attract who you're being, the law of attraction. They started to attract more things that brought them more joy and more love and more feelings of success, because they were living in alignment of themselves, their magic. What it gave to me was a real understanding of how I could influence me and harness the power of my magic, turn up the dial on my magic, and know if it was dropping or shrinking, that magic, I could turn it back up, because I just had this incredible gift and a map and a guide to understand me and where my, I suppose hiccups or blocks, that's the word I'm looking for, where was blocking my magic. I had this tool to understand what was actually happening, a set of questions to ask myself. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Where's this coming from? How can I harness this? How can I release this? How can I unblock this? Human design was a map to understanding me, and I've given the gift to hundreds of thousands of women so that they can understand the magic of themselves, to understand their energy flows, but not only understand themselves. What I realized is it's how they can understand how other people's energies influence them too, so that they can prevent that, avoid that, or know that it will be an influence and they can let it go. It was an incredible gift. So like joy has been a tool and a mechanism and a feeling, so has human design. It's this incredible map to help you understand how you can amplify all of your joy, how you can amplify the health of your body, the peace of your mind, what brings you joy and love in life. And also how you can make joy a lifestyle too. How you can live the life of your dreams. Human design shows us that we are all so incredibly unique. So unique, so different. And it's not something that you can adapt or tailor. It's not like any other profiling tool I've ever come across. And when I was in my corporate life, I did the Myers-Briggs, I did the DISC, and so many others. But I knew I was smart enough how I could influence them to give the answers that would give me the next promotion or the next job or the job that I wanted. Human design you can't influence, because it's based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and your location of birth. You can't change that. And so you are being gifted something that can help you understand you and to increase your joy and to power up your own magic. Now, I ran a program at the beginning of this year called UNHD, because I wanted to be able to gift the magic of human design to help people understand themselves and amplify the joy in their life and amplify the love in their life. We used human design not just as a modality to teach human design and help you really read and understand and interpret your own human design or read human designs of other people, but really to use human design as this incredible gift and a map to help you bring more joy to yourself and how you can bring more joy to others. It was also a place for me to bring everything that I know into one place. I can only see so many private clients at one time. And I wanted to create this master course where everybody could access me and all of my knowledge. It's the place where we use human design as a map and almost like to keep me on track to help you understand how you can use this and also access all of my knowledge from my health and nutrition training and qualifications. It's also a way where you can understand all of my mindfulness and mind work and mindfulness and meditation work. We use human design to help you access that. It's a framework to help you understand all of me, and I share all of me so that you can understand all of you. It's also a place where I can come in and share all of my knowledge around all of the life experiences that I have had in real life from my line 3-6. I was meant to experience all of this, the tragedies, the traumas, so that I could work my way through it, so I could gift it to you so that you can do the same. And we use human design and my life experiences to help you move through whatever it is that you're moving through, so that you can find your joy, so you can find your magic, so that you can experience all of this. It's also a way that I can share with you all of my business acumen. I've worked in some incredible businesses. I've had the gift of being in corporate and sitting in meetings and board meetings to understand how big businesses are run. And I've also run many of my own businesses and led and built them to multiple six figures. I also have a partnership with my husband with business and in business. And so this program is also how you can access all of that business acumen and the business energetics and the way in which I think and the way in which I do things, so that you can do that as well, so that you can bring joy to your career, joy to your purpose, so that you can bring the magic to creating your own career path into your work and into your business. It's also how I can share with you how I have been able to heal my relationship with friends, my relationships with my partner and my husband, understanding my human design, understanding his human design, how we were first these magnets that drew each other together and where we complete each other, but also that became these friction points. And by bringing awareness, mindfulness there, bringing that awareness in, we're able to understand where those synergies are, where those friction points are, so that we can honor them. We are so wildly different, James and I, but in understanding that, it has been such a gift and given us and brought us so much peace, and in doing so, so much more joy. So while I ran this program at the beginning of this year, I called it You in HD, because I wanted people to understand that they were the magic. By seeing themselves in high definition, by using the power of human design, they could understand themselves, you. But on hearing the incredible feedback and the testimonials, which I will share and which you can see on the sales page and landing pages for my program, it was so much more than just a human design program. It was so much more than just learning human design. It was more about how do you integrate it? How do you integrate it into your life, into your relationships, to your parenting, into your partnering? It's everything. And so I changed the name and it has become Joy in HD, because I believe that this program brings everything together for you to bring more joy. You will use and understand how you can use joy as the tool, as the healer, as the lifestyle, as a gift. You can use it, and I will teach you how to use human design so that you too can gift it to your clients, to your team, to your children, so that you can understand them. Because it's more than just you. It's everyone in your life, and how your energies and their energies can bring more joy into your life. So joy in HD is joy in high definition. It's joy using the magic of human design and the magic of joy. Because I believe that energy is everything. I touched on it a minute ago. If you believe in the law of attraction, if you believe that everything is energy and like attracts like, then you want to be on that energy and be in that energy of joy, because that's where you're going to attract more joy, and that's really where you're going to feel that level of success and enjoyment of life, so that you're going to end your life without regrets. It's about understanding how you can pour more joy into your life using human design. Human design is the map of how you can understand you and bring in more joy and more magic to your life. In terms of the program itself, I can talk about that. It's a 12-week program, and it's highly likely going to be more than that, because we've got Christmas in the middle. So it will go up till Christmas and then extended through into the new year. But it's a 12-week program where, yes, every week I'm going to come in and I'm going to share the teachings of human design. So if you want to use it as a modality for your work, your business, to use it in your family, to use it in your life, in your businesses, then you can. I'm going to teach you the concepts of every single part and element of human design. But what I love about this program is it's more than just a teaching master course. It's also a mastermind. It's where you are in my pocket every single day, so that when you are taking all of these teachings and these learnings, I will show you and guide you and help you understand how you can integrate it in the moment into your life, into your work, into your health, into your businesses, into your families and into your homes, to bring that joy, to bring that love into your life. We're going to talk about all of the different 5 energy types, the generators. Excuse me 1 second, I just need to blow my nose. We're going to talk about all of the energetic lights, because I believe that every single person is a light, and energy is light. The generators, like me, we are here to be the masters, to be those bright lights that attract people to us, so that they can come in and take our wisdom, to spark themselves off us, to light themselves up, the Manigens, the rainbow colours of light, who are offering us the ability and the knowledge that we can all have many things, many facets. The projectors, they're here to shine a light on what's not working and what is, to show us a different way. The projectors show us a little bit about what's working and what's not working. They shine those lights, the lighthouses I love to call them. My husband is one of those. We have the manifestors. They're shining a light on the future of what we can't see. I've just been on a podcast by one of my gorgeous clients, and she's a manifestor. She shines the light on what is to come. Think Wright brothers, think Henry Ford. The things that we can't imagine, they're here to show us how life will improve. They're here to evolve us as a nation, a generation. And then we have the reflectors, the very, very rare and unique lights, who really just reflect the spotlight back on us to show us what is good and what is not good. We're going to talk about all of the different ways in which you're going to make decisions by using your authority and your strategy. Whether that is from riding your emotional waves because you have a solar plexus defined, whether it's because you are using your gut and your sacral to make your decisions with your sacral defined, whether you're splenic, whether you're going to get these flashes of unexplainable inspiration, but you know that this urge is one that you have to follow. I'm going to talk to you about how, whether you're self or ego projected, how you're just going to know from deep within you, and once again, inexplicably know that this is a pure desire, a pure directional thing. And maybe if you're rare, incredibly rare, you're going to be making decisions by the path of the moon. I love that. I'm also going to talk you through all of the 12 combinations of the profile lines, which really are your gifts and your leadership style. We're going to be talking about every single chakra, what they all mean, how you can harness the power and the energy with every single chakra. And I'm going to be talking to you about arrows and manifestation, and how you can use all of this to create more joy for you, how you can literally power up your joy by using the wonderful tool that is human design. So if you want to know more about human design and joy and how you can amplify it and join me in this program, we start next week on Monday. There will be live teachings. There are going to be live Q&A sessions. There is going to be a live community where you can ask me questions at any point in time, and we go deep and we personalize it for you for the duration of those 12 weeks. And at the end of it, you're going to know exactly how you can turn up your joy, how you can live with the magic of human design and joy, so that you have this incredible life that you know that you are in charge of, by just turning up these dials, by understanding your energy, so that you can live with more joy, so that when you live with more joy, you're going to amplify your success. You're going to be the super attractor for success on your own terms, because you know what it feels like, so you can walk that path. I'm going to drop in a link in the stories. It's also in my bio if you want to know more about joy, or if you want to come and join me. It starts next week. It's £1,111 if you want to pay in full, but there are options if you wish to pay monthly, or if you wish to pay in 2 installments. You just need to drop me a DM. I'm so excited to launch this. Joy in HD. Make it your power move. One of my wonderful previous clients who's worked with me on joy and in human design, she sent me a gorgeous quote, which I wanted to share and leave this with you today. It's a quote by Mary Oliver, and she says, "Joy is not made as a crumb. Joy is not made to be a crumb." And my response to that is that joy is the spoon that we get to feast on life with. And human design helps you create that spoon. Thank you for being with me for all of these 5 days of the Joy Power Up. If you really want to turn up the joy in your life and feel that amplification of joy and feel success on your own terms, Joy in HD, I can't wait to share this with you. Find all the links in my bio. Drop me in a DM if you've got questions. Book a call with me if you have specific questions as well. But I would love to see you there. This is your invitation. Lots of love.